Hey there, gang. Patrick King coming to you live tonight from Clinton, New Jersey. Today's question is coming to us from Gene, and Gene asks, how do you correct a disrespecting horse, helping him to become a respectful horse when you're doing groundwork? She continues with, I know he gets bored quickly and would prefer to be ridden, but I need to gain his respect when we're on the ground. This is something that I see happen quite often with riders that feel they feel hesitant to push their horses on to maybe the next level or the next step of their development. Maybe with some handlers that are not quite sure what to do next with their horse. As she said, her horse becomes bored basically doing the same things on the ground, and he gets disrespectful. So how do we fix that? We're going to think about this in a couple different ways. Number one, my primary concern with that horse is going to be that he's very well understanding what it is we're asking him to do. Sometimes I see riders or handlers with their horses, and they're pretty sure that the horses are being disrespectful, when in reality the horses are simply not clearly understanding what's being asked. Now, we're going to assume that Jean has done her homework and that this horse understands what's being asked. That would then tell us that this horse is, as she said, simply bored. Now, I think from a teacher perspective, from a coach perspective, if we were thinking about this being a person-to-person teacher-student situation, if the student is bored, then they're going to be disrespectful, potentially. And the way that we would help that student would be to challenge them a little bit more, challenge their understandings, challenge their skill sets. So this is something that I think we would want to do with this horse, is challenge that skill set, challenge that understanding, push him on to maybe the next level. Now, I don't know, Jean didn't say specifically kind of what stage she's at with her horse, so I'm just going to kind of take a stab at this, take a guess at this. But, you know, say we're working on our foundation work with our horse and he's getting bored and disrespectful, then we're going to want to push that, stretch that, see if we can maybe work him from greater distances or include obstacles or something like that. By the sound of the email, he's fine under saddle. She just wants to make sure that she has that respect from the ground. So again, my answer for that is going to be to challenge that. See how little you can do. How light can you be with your aids? How much effort can you get out of him? And again, challenge it with maybe throwing in obstacles, new patterns, new exercises, things like that. The respect from a bored horse is a little different than getting respect, say, from a fearful horse or from a horse that just doesn't understand. With a horse that's fearful or just doesn't understand, we would slow down and really get them mindful and aware and, quiet, calm, understanding what we're asking. For the horse that understands, who's just getting bored, then we need to kind of bump things up a little bit. We need to push his understanding and say, hey, try a little harder, try something new, let's experiment together. So that's something that we want to be very aware of. And I'm glad that Jean presented it this way, that he's bored and so he gets disrespectful, because we want to always think about what's the actual root of the problem that we have. Is it boredom? Is it lack of respect? Is it unsuitability? Is it, fear? There's, a number of different things that could be the root of that. So again, if it's boredom, then assuming that he understands the aids, understands what we're asking, then it's time to bump that up and set our expectations a little bit higher. So I hope that that's helpful. If you found this to be insightful, please share it with your friends, share it with groups, share it wherever you want to. Give us a like, give us some comments, things like that. We appreciate that. And don't forget, your questions are what fuels these videos. So please continue submitting those. We have a nice list of questions. Every night I go through the lists that we've made and choose whichever one feels best for that day. So please feel free, comment below with your questions. You can also submit them to us through private messages, through emails, through direct messages here from our Facebook account. You keep asking your questions. That's what's so important, because without those, I wouldn't be able to do these videos. So, question of the day for you guys. Again, super basic question. What's your favorite or your preferred breed, and why? I'm curious to hear your answers for that. Leave your answers in the comment section below this video. Okay? So, you keep sending questions. I'll keep giving answers. Thanks so much.